Alright, so we're taking the carb off the Olympic here. Wasn't able to get a wrench up in here with this recoil and cover on the, like in the way. So what I was able to get the bolt on or the nut on the left side off. But what I did here was I disconnected all this. This little shield had two flathead screws in it. There was another flathead screw here. There was four nuts total, two on this side, two on that side, just to get this piece out of the way with the recoil and whatnot, just so I could get a wrench, half-inch wrench in here on that nut. Here's the carburetor there. It's Tillotson HR, Tillotson Toledo. So we're gonna get her all taken apart, cleaned up, and rebuilt. I got the rebuild kit. Just got an Amazon one. Hopefully it's just as good. But there we go. So I was worried I was gonna have to pull the motor out for a minute, but I just unbolted those two bolts there, two on the front, and then the couple for the other shroud, and then this piece just comes off, and I was able to push everything over. So I was able to get a wrench in there. So that's kind of promising. Didn't have to do too much work to get it out, but now this has the diaphragm into the bottom of it, and it has the screw-on filter. I bought a new one, $3 at Canadian Tire. Here's the kit here from Amazon. It was like almost $30 just for that stupid kit, because Crappy Tire didn't have any. So I'll see how bad this thing is inside. I know these plugs here, they hide different orifices and whatnot that can get junk in them, so we'll see how bad this thing is on the inside and take her all apart. But they're a good carburetor once they're running and put together. So I'm just making a video of this, but took all the screws out, and this is the first layer of parts. And then this piece comes off. Piece comes off. You have to tap that gently. Let's see if I can do it. Oh. There she goes. Okay. There's the diaphragm. So there's the pump right there. Comes in and out. Can't really tell if this one has any holes in it, but we're going to replace it. Set it all in the way it came out. It'll be easier to put back together after it's clean. Hopefully that's the right one. I think it is. Looks similar enough. So looky what we have here. This plug fell right out. Plug's supposed to be in there. So you got a little bit of dirt and whatnot to clean up. Spring and needle's working though, so that's good. We'll get this all cleaned up and hopefully she'll run. Okay, so back to Redneck snowmobile carburetor rebuild. So first of all, this worked, so you can't be mad at me. But I put a really small drill bit on the drill press and had the carburetor here, and the first plug just came out, and in this one I just drilled a hole. Just very, very, very carefully and gently drilled a hole till it finally poked through. And I put this screw in there and then yanked it out with the vice grips, and that worked. Thankfully I didn't wreck this little jet there. Anyhow, now I'll see if this needle will come out. This needle and seat piece will come out. Otherwise I'm gonna soak it in some bar sole or something. So a couple of things I left out. So I unscrewed that one jet It's got a little ball in it. I don't know what it's made out of, so I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to set the needle aside because it's in good shape still, and that little rubber end is in good shape. I'm going to set that aside. I don't want that to have Varsol on it. The rest of it, I'm going to soak in some Varsol. The carb, I might just spray it down with some Varsol and then scrub it with a toothbrush. I'm not really concerned about looks, just as long as it's clean and functional. So, there we go. So that's pretty much good enough for my standards. It says there, it's in Toledo, Ohio. Can't focus. Anyhow. Made in USA. Ew, it's a Trump carburetor. Yuck. Too bad it wasn't a made in Canada carburetor. That's what I'd prefer. But yeah, that's all clean. Scrubbed it with the Varsol. Pretty dirty. And a toothbrush. And just blew it out with the air compressor. So that's pretty much good for me. These, I'll soak them for a little while. Get all the old gasket out. Scrub them a little bit. And then see if I can put it all back together. I'm going to try and use as many of the old parts as I can. Like these parts here. And that'll prevent me from having to use the parts that came in the kit that I don't know if I fully trust. Because it's made in China. So just reassembling everything here. I put the jet in, and I put the plugs in. I didn't want to use a steel punch, so I used this brass punch with a very small hammer. And they're snug in there now. I put the needle and seat back in, cleaned everything up. Used a tiny bit of WD-40 just to, while I'm assembling everything. Now underneath there, I think that's everything. So I'm going to start to assemble the things here. So this is pretty much what it looks like. I got this all clean, so that one goes on there. But got these all cleaned up. Got all the old gasket material off. And I'm actually going to re-watch part of my video just to make sure I have everything lined up just perfectly. But I just have to line everything up and get it all back together, and hopefully it all works out. So here it is, kind of all lined up. There's that piece. It goes on there. So you see how these ones all kind of match there. Now, that one goes first like that. And then this rubber one goes on there. So that's what it'll look like. So underneath here was the first one. So okay, there's that piece. This piece goes on top. Let's see if I can line it up here. How did I mess that up already? There. Okay. And that guy goes on like that. It's got studs that can line up. That piece. And then this guy goes on top like that. And the studs should line up, so that's kind of not moving now. Now I'm going to put the screws in, or put all the screws that hold that on, and then put the jets back in, and hopefully this all goes together properly. So I got her all put back together here. The high and low jet screws, they had little O-rings that I pulled out, and the kit came with 2 O-rings, so I put those in there. Sprayed a little WD-40 on them. Put the idle adjustment screw in there. Put one of the new springs on there. Got this all tightened down. Did it carefully, kind of like when you're doing the bolt pattern, or the pattern you do on a cylinder head. You do it, across, but you don't snug them up. You just get them down, and then you tighten them up afterwards, kind of like you're doing a bolt pattern on a car. But there she is, all put back together. I think I followed all of my video backwards. For these screws, I'm trying to remember. I have another video of what these were set at. What you do is you count how many turns out they are by turning it in. So as you turn it in, you count how many half turns it is or quarter turns. I think you usually start at 1.5 or 1.25 turns, so I'll try that. Otherwise, I'll check my video again for starting this thing. But there we go, all put back together. And so this thing here, it says it's an HR74A. HR74A. Tillotson, Toledo, Ohio. So there you go. That's my video of putting it all together. You know, you want to do it your way, that's fine. I don't care. I'm just showing you how I managed to do it. We'll see if it actually works. Who knows? This Amazon carburetor kit. Who knows about it? But should work okay. And as I assembled it, I just put a little bit of WD-40 on everything, just to keep everything lubricated until gas gets to it. So there you go. Alrighty, I got the carburetor on here. Got it all hooked up. So I put a brand new filter on the bottom here. Picked that up for $3 at Crappy Tire. But I also put an inline filter just to grab anything before it hits that one. So, got the return line hooked up. Got it all tight. I reconnected the throttle cable. And, let's see, that tight. Put this plate back on. Got the choke handle back in there. And, yeah, hopefully she'll be good to go. Gonna put some more gas in it and see if it'll start, and then I'll start fooling around with these jets and see what amount of turns on those jets is right for it to run okay. So we'll figure that out, and yeah.